Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting on all my videos, and I just want to thank the community for coming out and supporting me. I know it's been a little while since I've been doing the daily videos, and after the Treasure Cup I got kind of sick, but I am looking to resume those daily videos and continuing to provide you guys with One Piece content. Today's video is going to be a bit different just because I have a little surprise for everyone. Me and my friends made a wager on whoever placed the lowest at the Treasure Cup in Niagara Falls had to do something, undesirable. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video. But here is some gameplay of, two decks that one has been super featured and, one is, a bit of a newer deck. So I hope you guys enjoy this and stay tuned for the fun stuff at the end. Today's match is Kaido against Shanks, and this is my first time piloting my new and improved Shanks deck, and I am facing off against Kaido. It's one of those games where I accidentally forgot to set my life, but we're just playing for fun here, so I will end up catching that and setting my life later on. Unfortunately, I just missed that there, but we try to set the game state back up as soon as we can. I'll go ahead and play Buena Festa, reveal top 5, and I will go ahead and take an eye and bottom deck the rest here, and then my opponent's going to go ahead and active 2 Dawn, play a Black Maria. I'll draw a card here, and then I'll active 2 Dawn here, and I'm just thinking to myself, what do I want to play? I think I end up going for an Anne plus a 6k swing at leader. Which is, I think it's good to force cards out of the hand early. He ends up pitching in a Sasaki here on that, and I pass back turn. 4 on up, which means that, he's gonna swing at me, and I'm gonna opt to not counter it, and I'm like, oh, where's my life? And I'm like, oh, right, there it is, but didn't have any knowledge of it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take that. And then he's gonna drop another Black Maria, and then I'll pass back turn, and now I'm at 5 Dawn, and this is like the perfect time to play Ein. I think the card is actually really, really good. She, basically has the same effect as Jack, but with like no downside, no trashing, and she's a nice body 4-drop 5k, so can really help you ramp. And her in combination with Karina can really put a lot of pressure on your opponent's board because they can refund a lot of your Dawn minus effects. I'll go ahead and counter out of the Kaido swing. He'll drop a 6-cost king and he'll pop my Ein. And that's what purple does. They pop your cards. But now I'm at 8 Dawn, and I'm going to go ahead and play Douglas Bullet and swing leader here. Douglas Bullet's going to put a lot of pressure on my opponent because he's a big guy and he can rest blockers, so you can't really protect your board at all. And he'll go ahead and answer that with a king. And he'll swing Kaido at me, which is going to go up for 5k. I'll just eat the Kaido swing. And I'm just gonna think about eating the king swing here. I think eating both of these is probably fine because I have a pretty good follow-up with the Rush Kaido in hand for the next turn. So I pick that up, and now I'm sitting pretty good. I drop a turn, I active the rest of my Dawn here, and at this point I'm just gonna try and bait stuff out. So I swing leader here, see if he'll burn a counter on that. I just want to see if I can deal with that king. After I swing with my bullet, he blocks it, and then I drop Brush Kaido there, and I Dawn minus, and I swing a 10k. And now I'm feeling pretty good. I got a really full hand. I have 2 10k beaters on board, and I can rest basically any blocker that he puts out. And using the king effect means that he's only at 7 Dawn, so his answer here is pretty rough for him to answer at this point. And seeing how many cards I have in my hand is just pretty easy for me to counter off. So I will counter off the 2k on my the swing on my leader here, and I'll go ahead and he'll load up the king to swing at my Kaido, and I will just double 2k counter that to block that, just because he's only swinging at 13k, so 14k gets it done. And then yeah, now I'm back to a good amount of Dawn here, and his board is gonna be basically cleared. So I swing 10k at 7k here, and he's gonna blast breath it, and then I swing again 10k. I swing 12k at it because he's not gonna block that. There's no way that he will. I'll pay 2 to play an Anne. I'll pay 2 to play a Karina, and then I'll pass back turn. Pretending that I have a Union Armado up. I don't want to swing with Shanks here because I don't want to give him any cards back to hand. I don't want to, you know, have a chance of him pulling something that I don't want to see at this point. And I think that's super important to sometimes not swing. I think one thing that a lot of people make the mistake of doing is swinging when you don't need to, or swinging because you feel like you should because you have a free swing here. Gonna go ahead and play Bullet, and then thinking about activating his main effect, which doesn't really make sense in this situation. I'll take the Kaido swing here, and then I'm feeling fairly good. I have a pretty big board here, and I have 10 Dawn back up, and I could use the Bullet effect just to get a double attack in here, and potentially go for game, which, you know, is a possibility, but because I know that I'm going to get both my blockers rested next turn. So I go ahead and I put 2 underneath my Kaido and Swing Leader for 12. And then I will return 4 to give double attack to my Bullet here. And I'll swing 13 with Bullet at Leader. And he'll take that. And then I'll swing 5 at his Kaido here. I think I made a mistake of not using the Dawn underneath Douglas Bullet for the Shanks effect here, which I definitely should have, because I'd have 3 Dawn up. But I swing, activate Karina's effect, sorry, pitch a card to unrest 2 Dawn here, and I pass turn back. Thankfully, I have a ton of counters and 1 life still, so even if he does activate Bullet effect here to rest my blocker, I'm not doing the worst. But yeah, pretty big misplay by not returning the Dawn underneath Douglas Bullet, because I would have had, again, 3 Dawn up for a follow-up play. He's going to X-Drake to trash a card from my hand. I'll trash the Glid Tesoro. And then he's going to use the Douglas Bullet effect to rest my blocker. He's then going to load up his Kaido here. And he will play out, sorry, he loaded up his Kaido to 9k, and I had 10k of counter in hand, and now I still have one life back up here, and he doesn't have enough to wipe my last life, so he's gonna swing 11 at it, and I'll take that, and then that's game. He doesn't have a response to that. He could have swung 11 at me, but then he would have only had 10k swing, and I would have had enough counter to block the 11k swing. So just a couple misplays, but all in all, a solid performance from the film deck. Definitely think there's some merit to running film. I think it's a bit underwhelming at sometimes. I think it will, you know, I think right now it's fairly good because it's not super power crept and some of the cards are pretty impactful. But I think going forward, it might not be the strongest deck in the meta. Especially when OP02 hits, I think it'll be outclassed by some of the other decks.
So, as per agreed upon, we have made a bet for the Treasure Cup that whoever placed lowest has to eat the 1 chip challenge. And unfortunately, I placed the lowest. Even though I had it in the bag to not place the lowest, I went on the greatest losing streak of my life to have to eat the chip.
Way to go, loser.
So,
Yeah.
now I gotta eat the chip, and I'm not wearing gloves, which seems like a bad idea.
Just don't touch your face afterwards.
Don't touch it. Don't touch your eyes.
Don't look at it.
It can smell your fear.
All right, we're gonna smell this.
Smell your
We're gonna smell this first, and maybe we'll be.
Oh my, I don't know if you want it.
Don't.
No, it's not that bad.
Yes, you say that
Oh.
now.
Okay. It's.
Black.
I can smell it from here.
That looks toxic.
It's good. It's gonna turn my tongue blue. All right. Here we go.
Oh my god, your tongue.
By the way, just because he's
It's pretty hot.
What does your tongue blue? That's
Yeah,
fun.
stick your tongue out.
That's fun and suffering.
All gone.
Oh my god, the teeth!
Yeah.
Are you not suffering more? Scam.
That feels like a scam.
pretty fucking hot now.
That tongue is really good. It's like it's setting in. Just seeping into the tongue. One more pain.
He was
Oh,
faking
here
it.
it comes. He's putting on a brave face. But
Breathe,
he's
breathe.
starting to perspirate. Don't be so prideful, Monty.
It's just the tip of your tongue, man.
Another one.
Oh,
More water, please.
Sandy.
And you can see now the chip is sucking the life out of him.